The start of Army's second season began with an emotional send-off by the entire Corps of Cadets at West Point.
The send-off this year was outstanding because there was 4,000 of our greatest fans out there, the 12th man, along with all the faculty and staff of the West Point community, and they're great people. They're great people, and it really shows how many people are affected by this game.
The unwavering spirit and support of the Academy led the team into Giant Stadium, where Army and Navy would face each other for the 94th time. To date, the series was even, with each team claiming 43 wins and 7 ties. Today, one team would claim supremacy.
Hands down, Army's gonna win.
Why? Because Army's tougher. We're gonna win because we're gonna get more spirit than those guys over in the Navy blue over there. There's only 11 people on the field, but the 12th man's always there with the team. And the 12th man's here today.
As the Army team crossed the dramatic line of departure, there was no turning back. This team had an attitude of desperation.
Our team had a lot at stake in that game that people didn't realize. One, we had the winning season. We'd be the only academy with a winning record. Two, we could take part of the Commander-in-Chief's trophy. And then, of course, to have a second victory in a row over Navy is an accomplishment. We had a lot at stake in that game, and I felt going in, to be honest, that we were going to be the most desperate team on the field.
A desperate Army defense smothered Navy right from the start. Late in the first quarter, they crushed one Navy drive when linebacker Bob Heckathorn recovered a Navy fumble on the 2-yard line. Now, it was time for the nation's top-ranked rushing offense to take control.
The first thing that someone said is one of our goals is get off the goal line, come out, get our first down. It's always our goal of a drive. But then someone else said, let's go 98 yards. And I think it was one of the offensive linemen. They said, let's go 98 yards. And I think that planted a thought in everyone's mind that, hey, let's do that.
Starting on their own 2-yard line, Army began to march downfield, gobbling up big chunks of yardage and eating up the clock. 7 different cadets carried the ball on this textbook wishbone drive into Navy territory.
Moving closer to that scoring area or the red zone where they've been very effective. Here is Lane. Lane inside the 20, inside the 15. Lane to the 7-yard line. Lane to the end zone. Touchdown, Army.
John Lane plowed his way into the end zone for the first score of the game. The extra point failed, so Army led 6-0. But this team wasn't finished yet. On Navy's next possession, the defense again took center stage.
Now Van Meter. Fumble! And it looks like Army has got it again as Jim Cantaloupe, the free safety, jarred it loose.
Jim Cantaloupe's crushing blow knocked the ball free, and lineman Joel Davis pounced on it. The cadets' second takeaway of the game put them on their own 30, where Roper and company went back to work.
Now Roper on the toss to Vaughn. Vaughn, first down. Vaughn to the 46-yard line. Andrzejewski rolling in motion. Roper trying to find the receiver, and he does at the 38-yard line for a first down. It was Andrzejewski. Roper on the toss to Lane. Lane, first down. Lane inside the 10-yard line.
The drive ended when Rocco Wicks gave Army 3 more points with a 20-yard field goal. Jim Slomka's 7th sack of the year ended a brilliant second quarter by Army. They had completely dominated the Midshipmen, holding the ball for over 12 and a half minutes, forcing a turnover and scoring twice. As the first half ended, it was Army 9, Navy nothing. In the third quarter, the battles continued to be won by Army. The wishbone offense was averaging over 5 yards a carry, and the defense was playing its best game of the year, shutting out Navy through 3 quarters.
Anytime you can keep a team out of the end zone and off the scoreboard for 3 quarters, you're playing very good defense. During the game, the course of the game, they actually had 3 different times where they had first and goal at the 2-yard line, and only once did they get on the scoreboard in any fashion. So I think our defense played, great football.
When safety Jim Cantaloupe knocked down a Navy 4th down pass attempt, Army's offense turned it up a notch.
Third down, Roper. Andrzejewski first down at midfield for Army.
With the Navy defense backing up, Roper broke through on a dazzling 21-yard run, setting up the next Army score.
Third and 4. Ball inside Navy's 10-yard line. Roper, touchdown Army!
With the extra point, it was now 16-0 Army. But in this, the nation's premier rivalry, no lead is ever safe. A quick turn of events in the 4th quarter left Navy just 2 points behind, 16-14. It was now gut check time for the Army D. With time running out, Navy was threatening to score with first and goal on the 2-yard line.
The one thing we tried to really emphasize with each player out there is to stay focused on the objective, and that was to prevent Navy from getting in the end zone and realistically making them kick the football if they were going to beat us, but not to allow them to score on us. And I think our defensive players did a tremendous job of being poised under pressure, of staying focused and executing our defense down there.
The Army defense refused to break, keeping Navy out of the end zone and forcing them to attempt a field goal. The Army defense had held. Navy misfired on their attempt, and for the 2nd year in a row, Army claimed victory over Navy. It was another triumphant ending to another winning season of Army football. A season that will not just be remembered for today or for tomorrow, but forever. The dramatic win over Navy was more than just another victory for West Point football. It was a triumph for the entire United States Army. In a joyous Army locker room, General Gordon Sullivan, Army Chief of Staff, and Togo West, Secretary of the Army, congratulated the victorious troops before Coach Sutton spoke to his team.
Let's just go down the 4. The 104th season, 4. Yeah. The 94th meeting, 94, baby, and the 44th victory. Hey, I want to ask you one thing, though. I do want to ask you one thing. Were we desperate enough? The Army team's a pride dream of every heart and grave. The Army line you'll ever find a terror in the fray. And when the team is fighting for the black and gray, go!